Hello, we are Sandcastle Jesus. This is an interview for the All-Star Rock School. We're going to be answering some questions. I'm Charlie. This is Will, Fran, and Alfie. Yeah.
Yeah. Should we just go straight in with the first
Okay,
question?
yeah, first question.
Okay, so the first question is, what made you start your band?
The real start of the band kind of happened when Will joined the band as our drummer. He kind of came along and we started doing Freebird covers and about that. And when Alfie and Fran joined in, we got more into the originals. We started doing actual songs, and that's when we kind of started as a band.
Yeah, I think that kind
Yeah,
of.
when I joined, I was terrible. Literally, I was like the worst drummer in the world because I just
Thanks,
started playing the instrument.
We've
I
improved.
remember
Thanks, Will.
Charlie. What?
Thanks, Will.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we didn't. Our main song was Freebird, wasn't it? Bang.
Yeah, that was our big showy off song. You know, we did it at all our gigs for about a year.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, it's weird because I used to come and see you guys play before I was actually in the band.
You're a
And
fan, mate.
Back when I played bass.
Oh my god! Do you remember the first gig where you played bass? Insane.
And I was behind that massive speaker in the brew house, and you couldn't actually see me.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we've come a long way since then.
We're locked in.
Second question.
So I feel like that kind of answers both. It's like, what made you start the band, and how did you start the band?
What made us start the band?
Yeah, we pretty much started the band in Philip Rant. Realistically,
Oh yeah.
we went to the studio every Friday in our school. It's this tiny little room. That's kind of where the origins of the band started.
Yeah, in the terrible studio.
Yeah,
It fit and ran.
And
I'd be sat on top of the bass speaker, so you get loads of feedback.
we'd finish school at like about 3ish, and we'd stay in that practice room until about 6, like every week.
You'd have that. I'm not going to mention the music teacher's name, but you'd have her come in and be like, "I'm about to lock up. You guys need to leave.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I didn't even I didn't go to Philip Rant, but I remember I used to come into Philip Rant and we used to play there sometimes, and I used to get really scared because I didn't think I was meant to be there.
We'd have to sneak her past the office because the studio was past.
Oh my god, yeah.
the corner on the office.
Yeah.
We would have to like strategically distract the teacher while we like hustle her in. It was quite funny.
What were the first things you did when you started the band?
Yeah, the first thing we did was Alex, our old guitar player. Me and him, we used to sit down and write we used to write original songs about food, and it was kind of like a comedy bit in year 5. Quickly gained us reputation, Then when we started actually, playing with other people, when Will joined and our old piano player Sunday, we did a cover of Freebird, which, if you don't know, is a 9-minute rock opera, which has a 4.5 minute long guitar solo that we used to play at all our gigs. And then when Alfie and Fran joined in, that's kind of when it got a bit more serious. We started writing our own songs, had a bit more of a creative process in that regard.
We released the EP, didn't we, when Fan joined?
Yeah, about
Like 6 months after I joined, I'm pretty sure we
Yeah.
did it in the summer, didn't we? I think kind of when we realised we wanted to take it up to a different level, really, and just
it became more serious when Fran and Alfie joined.
I think that's because we're getting a lot more serious gigs as well, like bigger gigs. We're kind of gaining a bigger following. Because if we've released the EP like during our Freebird days, like it would have just had no views.
It wouldn't have been a good EP, lads. I didn't play guitar.
Oh yeah, you played bass.
I play bass.
We've had some bassists in the band. How mad is
All
that?
of the guitar players have
and
bass.
they're all still in the band.
We've all had our fair share of bass here.
Yeah, Will, it's just your turn next.
Yeah, I know.
Charlie can drum. Don't forget the trumpet, Will. You're on bass next time.
We'll have something from now on in.
Well, what will Fran play? Oh, Fran can sing.
Just about.
Well, Frank can play guitar or the flute.
I'm not playing flute, okay?
Aren't you
I
on grade 8 at the flute? I swear.
Fourth question.
Next question. How often do we rehearse?
Every few
Probably
weeks.
once a week. We try once a week. It's a lot more difficult
I think
now.
obviously before lockdown we try and rehearse once a week just to kind of keep things going and writing new stuff.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of keep the musical ideas kind of circulating, like members just kind of being tight when we play.
Yeah, back when the band was kind of first picking up back in school, we used to practice once a week. But then a gig would come along, and every day that week we'd be in the studio trying to cram in all the songs.
Yeah, even now, like whenever there's a gig coming up, we always rehearse so much more.
Yeah,
Just you want to be tight. You want to be, I don't know. You want to be gig ready, don't you?
And you can also tell when we haven't rehearsed for a gig because
we're a bit all over the place.
Yeah,
a lot less tight and a lot less kind of like with it really.
Yeah, like if we've been busy before and we haven't had a chance to rehearse, like you can tell, can't you? It's bad.
Like the gig in the middle of our GC.
Well, even the Best Days one, where it was like another song that we wrote like the day before.
Yeah.
We've chucked that song away. I don't know. That is gone forever. Yeah. But there was a song we wrote like the day before that gig, and it wasn't amazing.
Yeah, I think that's one thing Michael showed us. Michael Hemming, who recorded our EP.
Yeah.
He's very good at helping us, understand how to further a song by adding, minute details into it,
Yeah.
And you kind of show
exactly.
A song isn't just what you're playing, it's more than just playing it live. You've got to add more into it. You've got to add more content into the song to kind of fulfill it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think recording also just gives you a kind of whole different perspective on the song you're writing at all, because, you have so many more tools available, not just through software, but, you can sit down and you can listen back to what you've already written and think what you can add over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, because recording is so different to playing live, isn't it? But, yeah. Okay, who are our biggest influences?
I'm gonna pass this right over to Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, go on.
Biggest influences. Well, when I write the songs we do, I take a lot of inspiration from bands, like from the writing process. I listen to a lot of Arctic Monkeys and
I was going to say Arctic Monkeys. Yeah.
They're like the Smashing Pumpkins more nowadays because with Bombshells, it's very different from our other songs, to be honest. But I think in general, like our sound is very alt rock. You've got the two guitars, you've got the bass, and you've got the drums. It's hard to distinguish the sound completely. It's almost impossible nowadays to be completely original. So influence is a very big part of writing a song.
Should we say all of influences individually?
I was going to say, I think we all take our influences individually different from different places, because I feel like although our music tastes are quite similar, I feel like they all kind of like branch out in their own ways, and we all kind of take our influences from different places and then kind of put them together. Do you know what I mean?
It's definitely from the music we listen to like a lot,
Yeah, I feel like we're all like slightly influenced by jazz a little bit, because something like the chords or the harmony we use in our songs, like it is slightly jazzy. Though we may not be playing in 3/4 and having a swing tempo, like we've got kind of the major sevens or whatever in there. But I think that's a lot of the kind of standard with indie music in today's kind of scene, is that it's kind of all a bit jazz or kind of neo kind of soul influence.
Yeah.
And I definitely, even if we don't kind of listen to that music, but I know some of us do listen to jazz, that it kind of is incorporated no matter what, because it makes it sound a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
You take that classic thing of building up a song and it being played out like a classic jazz song would. Take that and you translate it into something a bit more poppy, something more radio friendly, I guess, and you kind of make it into your own. That's kind of.
Will, who are your influences?
My influences are mainly Tony Williams and Buddy Rich. They're two amazing jazz drummers, and I wish I was good as Buddy Rich. He's like literally insane. And most of the I try to take influences for them, especially for the fills that I do. So a lot of the fills I quite like to do quite fast-paced fills, with lots of like semi-quavers and not much breaks and everything, and like quite complex stuff. But which is mainly influenced by Buddy Rich, but just because he goes so quickly with his drums and it's insane.
Fran, who are your influences?
See, I love the bass lines of like The Cure, The Smiths, like Andy Rourke. I love his bass lines and everything. And like, I don't know. I think especially Arctic Monkeys as well. I think we all love a bit of Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like if you look at the Triffids, like the kind of lead playing on their tracks is quite similar to what I play, and I wouldn't feel like I'm actually influenced by it, but listening to how I play and how they play it, it's kind of similar. But I don't know. I kind of take influence from like all the bands that I listen to, but it kind of spans all over the place because I'll listen to jazz, like I'll listen to Miles and John Coltrane and whatnot, but then, you know, I'll go over and listen to a band called Drug Dealer, which are very kind of 70s, and it kind of spans all over the place. So I don't really know how to pinpoint it.
What has been our best gig so far?
Ooh. I think we all enjoy playing gigs a lot. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a hard one to narrow down.
It's like, I just love playing gigs anywhere. Do you know what I mean? As many gigs as possible and everything. I just enjoy everything. But I think the Art Centre, Colchester Art Centre, I think we all love playing there because it's nice to have the space and being able to see the crowd a lot more as well. It's enjoyable, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like our band very much feeds off of like the crowd energy. You know, if the crowd aren't feeling it, we aren't feeling it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Definitely our tightest gigs were played at the Art Centre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our last Art Centre.
Yeah.
Definitely feel like a proper band when we played at the Art Centre.
Yeah.
I think one of the greatest things about the Art Centre as well is like the stage is quite raised compared to like most of the venues in Colchester. So it kind of feels like you are like playing out to like a massive crowd because you're higher up, and also like the lights are cool. The sound's really good, and yeah, it's just a great venue to play.
And I like being able to see everyone enjoying our music and moshing and stuff. You know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like, especially for me, I can't really see what everyone is doing the rest of the time. So it's nice to just know that everyone's having a good time, like as much as you are when you're playing the gig. You know. So yeah, are we all agreed that the last Art Centre gig?
It's definitely my favourite.
Yeah, well, we actually played with
yeah.
the Essex Rock School, did we?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Paul's nephew's in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, he
Shout
plays
out
drums,
Wolves,
doesn't he, Will?
Shout out.
What are our ambitions?
Ambitions.
To make it.
Yeah,
literally just
biggest band in the world.
I think at the moment our ambition is to get out of Colchester. I think that's our ambition at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, to get more
Short
gigs
term.
outside of Colchester. You know, get more known kind of nationally, not just locally.
Yeah.
It's kind of just extend.
Yeah, I think we all have kind of personal ambitions for the band, but as a whole, I think we just kind of want to get out of Colchester,
Yeah,
you know, play some big venues and make it, you know.
I think it's everyone's ambition as a band to just kind of, yeah, like you say, make it as such.
Just make great music, you know, like.
Yeah, I think that is also the kind of the aim as well. Like we all enjoy playing together, but you know we all know when we've written a really good song, and you know, but on top of that, like if we're doing something technically difficult, I think we all enjoy. You know, we kind of aim to do something technically difficult that is also sounding good.
We wouldn't play together if we didn't enjoy it, you know. Like,
yeah, exactly.
The reason the band started is because we wanted to play together, this kind of thing.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, what's the best thing about being in a band?
Moving swiftly on.
Definitely the gigs.
Yeah, it's the
gigs. Yeah, I would say the sense of family as well.
Yeah. Family calendar, don't we? We have a family calendar to put in all our gigs and rehearsals and everything, and it is.
We all are quite tight.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, you know.
Yeah, if you're not having fun, don't do it.
I think gigs are definitely probably one of the best things about being in the band. Like, there is nothing I enjoy more than playing live.
Yeah, they're the best thing, 100%.
And I think it's nice to play. I think especially since being in lockdown, I've realised that playing by yourself in your room is so different to playing with everyone else. Do you know what I mean? Playing with 3 other people who you get along really well with is just so much more enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Lots of people
I,
can't have a good time.
I
so-
enjoy playing gigs anywhere, as long as we've got a crowd to play to and people to share our music with, you know.
That's one thing we've said. We've said from the beginning, a gig's a gig, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like a
Classic phrase.
great piece of advice. Is like, even if you know you might not like the idea of the gig, don't ever turn the gig down. Like,
Yeah. Even if you're playing to,
every opportunity is a good opportunity.
even if you're playing to like 5 people in a room, do you know what I mean? That's 5 more people who may have not heard of you before. That.
I mean, to be fair, we have done that before. You know, do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I mean, like,
in the garden,
as long as we play
and
well, that's all that
hands were
matters.
freezing, and
As long as we play well, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less. If there's 5 people, like 20 people.
And it's literally, it's like,
as long as we play well.
it's the same as doing another rehearsal, so you might as well. Right?
yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like rehearsing. Yeah, so like.
No, yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
It's all experience at the end of the day, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
all,
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like when I first went on to guitar, I did not move about the stage one bit. I had my head kept down.
Yeah.
oh my
I
god.
didn't do anything. Now you see me throwing my guitar about and running all over the place. Like,
I was
I
exactly
think confidence playing live literally just comes from doing it over and over again. And I think that's why it's so good to take every gig that you get. The more confident you get, the more not even just like you look cool as a band playing together, but you know, you just sound better if you like come across more confident.
Yeah. I think you look at our first gigs and like, I think, yeah, it was when you started playing guitar, Alfie, and I started playing bass, and we're literally just like glued to the spot. Like, we don't want to move at all. And then you look at our most recent gig and you can see we're just enjoying ourselves more and a bit more, you know, I don't know.
Can relate.
Yeah.
Well, you crowd surfed, mate. You crowd surfed.
Oh,
come
yes.
on.
You played a goddamn
most
song.
of the gigs
You
are
crowd
Can't
surfed.
complain. You got to crowd surf. None of us have crowd surfed. You have.
Nah, you're the only one.
Okay.
You're the drummer and you crowd surfed.
Okay.
Well, that was the last question. So I think,
Okay,
Oh, was that it?
yeah, that's,
Yeah. All right. Thank you for the questions.
thank you
very
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We've been Sandcastle Jesus. Have a good night.
Bye.